Sleep paralysis is something that feels like a nightmare in itself, not being able to have control over your own body. You can't scream or reach out, and at times there's a heavy pressure on your chest and you can feel something in the room with you. For many people, this experience can be terrifying. Some cultures actually link it to ghosts, demons, and other supernatural things. But in reality, sleep paralysis is a natural thing that happens when the brain and body get out of sync during the sleep cycle. By learning about what actually causes it, why it happens, and the many different treatments for it, you start to learn and see sleep paralysis is not something haunted or cursed, but simply the mind and body doing something fascinating. To really understand why sleep paralysis can feel so unsettling, it helps to break apart and look at what happens during an episode. The temporary inability to move, to the strange sensations and vivid hallucinations, each part plays a role in why it can feel intense and real, also as to why it catches people's attention in the first place. Sleep paralysis is a temporary condition that happens when a person is conscious but not able to move or speak. It usually happens either falling asleep or waking up, which is why it can be horrifying when it's occurring. Knowing that it can eventually happen morning, night, and even afternoon, as stated in a 2026 article from Very Well Health, when you dream, your body releases hormones and temporarily prevents you from moving your voluntary muscles, such as those in your arms and legs. People who experience it usually describe it as a feeling of being completely paralyzed, as if their muscles refuse to work no matter how hard they try. Along with the inability to move, there are often physical sensations, for example, pressure on the chest, a tightness in the throat, or difficulty breathing, which makes the experience in general more terrifying. What really adds to the fear are the hallucinations that sometimes come with sleep paralysis. People might see shadowy figures, shapes moving across the room, or even fully formed silhouettes that seem to loom over them. Auditory hallucinations are common too, even footsteps in the hallway, whispers, or voices calling out that can feel incredibly real. All of these combined things are the sleep paralysis, the physical sensations, and the hallucinations are all some of the most vivid and unsettling disruptions of the boundary between sleep and wakefulness. Now, looking at what sleep paralysis is and how it feels, and the hallucinations that come with it, the next question most people have is what causes it. According to a 2023 Harvard Health Publishing article, the causes of sleep paralysis could be inadequate sleep, sleeping on your back, sleeping disorders, substance or alcohol abuse, and mental conditions. By looking at these causes, we can start to understand why it happens and what factors make them more likely. One of the main causes of sleep paralysis is disruption during REM sleep. In a 2024 article from Cleveland Clinic, sleep paralysis happens when you regain awareness going into or coming out of rapid eye movement, REM sleep. Your body hasn't fully switched sleep phases or woken up during sleep paralysis. During this time, the body naturally becomes paralyzed to prevent acting out dreams, which is completely normal. The mismatch between awareness and physical movement is what creates the intense feeling of being trapped, or even constantly changing your sleep schedule can increase all the chances of having an episode. Even the position you sleep in matters. Sleeping on your back can make sleep paralysis more common because it can disrupt normal sleep patterns. It can increase the chance of experiencing an episode. Stress and mental health can also play a role. High levels of stress or anxiety, sudden changes in daily routines, or periods of mental exhaustion can make all the brain more susceptible to sleep interruptions. These mental and emotional triggers can trigger conditions that lead to sleep paralysis, which is exactly why episodes are often during stressful times. Overall, looking at REM disruption, sleep habits, stress, this shows sleep paralysis is not random. Understanding the causes can help you predict if or when episodes can happen. Understanding what triggers sleep paralysis can help people see there are ways to manage it. By focusing on better sleep habits, reducing stress, and seeking professional help when needed, people can actually reduce how often these episodes happen. Preventing and managing sleep paralysis often starts with healthy sleeping habits. Going to bed or waking up at consistent times every day helps your body get into a schedule. Small changes like avoiding screen time before bed can make quite a big difference. Stress reduction is another strategy. Stress and anxiety can disrupt sleep patterns and contribute to episodes of paralysis. Stress reduction is another very important thing to manage. Techniques such as deep breathing or even calm routines can lower tension and prepare the body for restorative sleep. When episodes are distressing, reaching out to a professional is truly important. A doctor or a sleep specialist can evaluate the problems and suggest different treatments for it. As stated in a 2026 article from Science Insights, for people with recurrent distressing episodes, Cognitive behavioral therapy has been tailored specifically for sleep paralysis, behavioral strategies, or sometimes medical intervention. Sleep paralysis can be a very scary experience, especially for people who don't necessarily understand it. However, as we have learned, it is very much connected to the person's sleep cycle, and it can be triggered by many different factors. Improving sleep habits and managing stress can reduce how often these episodes occur. Understanding not only makes it feel less intimidating, but it can also keep people informed on how sleep paralysis works and how it gets treated.